The cry of the 9th Aethyr, which is called Z, I, P. The terrible curse that is the call of the 30 ethers sounds like a song of ecstasy and triumph. Every phase in it has a secret meaning of blessing. The shrew stone is of soft, lucent white, on which the rose cross shows a brilliant yet colorless well of light. And now the veil of the stone is rent with a clap of thunder, and I am walking upon a razor's edge of light suspended over the abyss, and before me and above me are ranged the terrible armies of the Most High, like unto those in the 11th Aethyr. But there is one that cometh forth to meet me upon the ridge, holding out his arms to me, and saying, verse 1, Who is this that cometh forth from the abyss, from the place of rent garments, the habitation of him that is only a name? Who is this that walketh upon a ray of the bright evening star? Refrain. Glory unto him that is concealed, and glory unto her that beareth the cup, and glory unto the one that is the child and the father of their love. Glory unto the star, and glory unto the snake, and glory unto the swordsman of the sun, and worship and blessing throughout the aeon unto the name of the beast, foursquare, mystic, and wonderful. Verse 2. Who is this that travelleth between the hosts, that is poised upon the edge of the ether by wings of Ma'at? Who is this that seeketh the house of the Virgin? Verse 3. This is he that hath given up his name. This is he whose blood hath been gathered into the cup of Babylon. This is he that sitteth a little pile of dry dust in the city of the pyramids. Verse 4. Unto the light of the Father of all kindle that death. Unto the breath touch that dry dust. Unto the ibis be revealed unto the crab, and the sixfold star become the radiant triangle. Verse 5. Blessed is not I, nor thou, not he. Blessed without name or number, who hath taken the azar of night, and crystallized it into a pure sapphire stone, who hath taken the gold of the sun, and beaten it into an infinite ring, and hath set the sapphire therein, and put it upon his finger. Verse 6. Open wide your gates, O city of God, for I bring no one with me. Sink your swords and your spears in salutation, for the mother and the babe are my companions. Let the banquet be prepared in the palace of the king's daughter. Let the lights be kindled. Are not we the children of the light? Verse 7. For this is the keystone of the palace of the king's daughter. This is the stone of the philosophers. This is the stone that is hidden in the walls of the ramparts. Peace, peace, peace unto him that is thrown therein. Now then we are passed within the lines of the army, and we are come unto a palace of which every stone is a separate jewel, and is set with millions of moons. And this palace is nothing but the body of a woman, proud and delicate, and beyond imagination fair. She is like a child of 12 years old. She has very deep eyelids and long lashes. Her eyes are closed or nearly closed. It is impossible to say anything about her. She is naked. Her whole body is covered with fine gold hairs, that are the electric flames, that are the spears of mighty and terrible angels, whose breastplates are the scales of her skin, and the hair of her head that flows down to her feet is the very light of God himself. Of all the glories beheld by the seer in the ether, there is not one which is worthy to be compared with her littlest fingernail. For although he may not partake of the ether without the ceremony preparations, even the beholding of this ether from afar is like the partaking of all the former ethers. The seer is lost in wonder, which is peace, and the ring of the horizon above her is a company of glorious archangels with joined hands that stand and sing. This is the daughter of Babylon the beautiful, that she hath borne unto the Father of all, and unto all hath she borne her. This is the daughter of the King, this is the Virgin of eternity, this is she that the Holy One hath rist from the giant time, and the prize of them that hath overcome space. This is she that is set upon the throne of understanding. Holy, holy, holy is her name, not to be spoken among men. For Kore they have called her, and Malka, and Betula, and Persephone. And the poets have feigned songs about her, and the prophets had spoken vain things, and the young men have dreamed vain dreams. But this is she, this immaculate, the name of whose name may not be spoken. Thought cannot pierce the glory that defendeth her, for thought is smitten dead before her presence. Memory is blank, and in the most ancient books of magic are neither words to conjure her, nor adorations to praise her. Well bends like a reed in the tempest that sweeps the borders of her kingdom, and imagination cannot figure so much as one petal of the lilies, whereon she standeth in the lake of crystal in the sea of glass. This is she that hath bedecked her hair with 7 stars, the 7 breaths of God, that move and thrill its excellence, and she hath tied her hair with 7 combs, whereupon are written the 7 secret names of God, that are not known even of angels, or of archangels, or of the leader of the armies of the Lord. Holy, holy, holy art thou, and blessed be thy name forever, unto whom the aeons are but the pulsings of thy blood. I am blind and deaf, my sight and hearing are exhausted. I know only by the sense of touch, and there is a trembling from within me. Images keep arising like clouds or veils, exquisite Chinese ovaries, and porcelains, and many other things of great and delicate beauty, for such things are informed by her spirit, for they are the cast off from her into the world of the cliff-off, or the shells of the dead, that is earth, for every world is the shell or excrement of the world above it. I cannot bear the vision. A voice comes, I know not whence. Blessed art thou, who hast seen, and yet hast not believed. For therefore it is given unto thee to taste, and to smell, and to feel, and to hear, and know by the inner sense, and by the innermost sense, so that 7-fold is thy rapture. My brain is so exhausted that fatigued images appear by pure physical reflex action. They are not astral things at all. And now I have conquered the fatigue by will, and by placing the shoestone upon my forehead, it sends cold electric thrills through my brain, so as to refresh it, and to make it capable of more rapture. And now again I behold her. And an angel cometh forth, and behind him whirls a black swastika, made of fine filaments of light that have been interfered with, and he taketh me aside into a little chamber in one of the 9 towers. This chamber is furnished with maps of many mystical cities. There is a table and a strange lamp that gives light by jutting forth columns of vortex rings of voluminous smoke. And he points to the map of the ethers that are arranged as a flaming sword, so that the 30 ethers go into the 10 Sephir, and the first 9 are infinitely holy. And he says, it is written in the book of the law. Wisdom says, be strong. Then canst thou bearest more joy. If thou drink, drink by the 98 rules of art, and this shall signify unto thee that thou must undergo great discipline. Also the vision were lost or perverted, for these mysteries pertain not unto thy grade. Therefore must thou invoke the highest before thou unveil the shrines thereof. And this shall be thy rule. 1,001 times shalt thou affirm the unity, and bow thyself 1,001 times. And thou shalt recite thrice the call of the ether, and all day and all night, awake or asleep, shall thy heart be turned as a lotus flower unto the light, and thy body shall be the temple of the rose cross. Thus shall thy mind be open unto the higher, and then shalt thou be able to conquer the exhaustion, and it may be find the words, for who shall look upon his face and live? Yea, thou tremblest, but from within, because of the Holy Spirit that is descended into thine heart, and shaketh thee as an aspen in the wind. They also tremble that are without, and they are shaken from within by the earthquakes of his judgment. They have set their affections upon the earth, and they have stamped with their feet upon the earth, and cried, it moveth not. Therefore hath earth opened with strong motion like the sea, and swallowed them. Yea, she hath opened her womb to them that lusted after her, and she hath closed herself upon them. There lie they in torment, until by her quaking the earth is shattered like brittle glass, and dissolved like salt in the waters of his mercy, so that they are cast upon the air to be blown about therein, like seeds that shall take root in the earth. Yet turn they their affections upward to the sun. But thou, be thou eager and vigilant, performing punctually the rule. It is not written, change not as much as the style of a letter. Depart therefore, for the vision of the voice of the 9th Aethyr that is called ZIP is past. Then I throw back myself into my body by my will.